Welcome to Poker Market, making poker more efficient.
Hello Poker Market, this is rounder3989 and I will be reviewing my second place finish in the recent TCOOP $215 Progressive Superknockout. This tournament was quite fun and very interesting because there's a lot of difficult spots with pretty significant bounties on each of the players. Unfortunately, we won't be able to see the individual bounties in this hand history review, but I think I will remember most of them. So a little background about myself. I play poker for a few years now, like 4 or 5 years. I'm a full-time student though, and I only play poker for about 2 or 3 days a week, and almost every Sunday though. And yeah, I've had quite a few success in MTTs. Early last year, I won the Sunday Brawl on Full Tilt Poker, final table a Scoop event, and chopped a WCOOP event, and along with some other nice scores. So yeah, so much about me. I don't want to make the intro too long, so that you get most out of your time. I will not going over all of the hands, only those hands that I play, and yeah, so I will show you what hands I fold though, but I will just quickly skip through them. So let's get right into this. Fold is an 8-7. I fold to the raise. No need to get involved there this early. Queen Jack from early position. I will just be folding. If it was suited, I would open. So here, pocket fours. Early position opens to 3x the big blind. We're just gonna set mine here. Try flop a set. Get an okay flop, but when the raiser here c-bets, I think I would just go ahead and fold my hand. We still have 2 players left to act, and don't want to play a big pot here that early with what is probably the worst hands once the original raiser bets. But he actually checks, so I figure he's unlikely to check his overpairs, especially 4-way. So I decided to take a stab at the pot, mainly to protect my hand. I don't really want to see an overcard. There's literally no good turn in the deck except for maybe a 3 or a 4. So I probably bet out about 200 here and try to take the pot down. If I get action, if I get check raise or anything, I will just lay down my hand. So the original raiser check calls. If this was a reg, then I think his range would consist of something like 8s or 9s, maybe 10s, and an ace king and maybe ace queen. If this is a fish, like, you can have all sorts of things, but I would expect to see ace king most of the time. So I expect to be good here quite a bit, and on the 6th turn I pick up an open-ended straight draw. But also, if I bet again, I don't think I can really get called by worse hands. 8s or 9s or 7s, if he has those, are definitely not folding. And ace king and ace queen probably also fold once I bet again on the turn. So although I give a free card to ace king or ace queen, I try to keep the pot small and maybe get some value on a river. So he checks, and the river comes a jack, and he checks again. I think I should probably should probably put out like a little bet here of like 200, just to try and get a grand call from what seems very likely to be ace king at that point. And it actually was ace king, so yeah, I think, we don't know if he called a bet on the river, but he may think I was just bluffing flop and then trying to stab again on the river, which seems not too likely, but he could definitely think that way. So a couple folds. Here's a king queen. Same guy raises. I call. Big blind overcalls. I don't think there's any need to 3-bet. King queen suit is going to play pretty well post flop, and 3-betting would just turn out into a bluff, and if we get 4-bet we would have to fold, so it seems like a pretty easy flat, and I also think it's a little too strong to fold. So we call, and we get a terrible flop, so we're just going to check fold. Ace queen. We open from early position. UTG +2, +1 flats, and UTG +2 3-bets. I think most players don't have a bluffing 3-betting range in this particular spot, and I don't think there's many good things that can happen post flop. If we flop an ace and this guy has kings or queens, it's very unlikely that we get paid. He could easily have ace king though, or aces, and we really don't know where we're at, and there's a lot of reverse implied odds to this hand, so I elected to just go ahead and fold. And we can try and see what he had, but I'm not sure if we are able to see it now. Okay, so moving on. Here's a king 8. I decided to open. My table must have been fishy at this point. I don't really recognize too many players as Rex, so I think this open is kind of whatever. I wouldn't really recommend it though, unless the table is extremely bad. And we get 2 callers, even though we have a backdoor straight and a backdoor flush draw plus an overcard. I expect this board to hit their range quite a bit, so I'm probably just check folding here, and that's what I do. Next hand we get the A2 suited in the big blind, and there's a raise in the call, and we get 6.6 to 1 odds on our call. I'm just trying to flop a flush here really, or like trip 8s or trip deuces, and try to